Hey guys, good morning. Wait, Friday. Oh my God. Oh, today's a special day. I got a couple of birthdays today, June 7th. You guys ever look at a date and be like, "Oh my God, it's somebody's birthday today?" I just want to say good morning to everybody. Hey Potato. Hey Jennifer. Hey my brother, Reality Check TV Chicago. Didn't know him before the entire Dalton situation, but I want you guys to make sure you follow his channel. He is very inspirational, not for the mess, fair to everyone, very inspirational. Please go over there to Reality Check TV Chicago and check him out. He's on the ground giving coverage, and he gives different coverage of different situations here in our neighborhood. So I just want to make sure you guys know, and I'm saying R as in me, but because I don't know where reality is. My sister Dawn Vision, love you so much. Hillary Forbes, thank you everybody for being here. So today I put my picture up here, guys. Of course, it's a picture for me on a good day. But I put this picture up here. I'm gonna tell you what happened on this day. On this day, I was asked to uh model for a hair shoot on this day. And this is the time that I didn't know if my what I wanted to do dream wise, if it would come true. And my dream did end up coming true right after this picture. Not and it's basically behind the scenes, my dreams came true. So you guys know it's a lot of stuff going on about me online. I never wanted to hide who I was or anything like that. I just wanted this business, Burgundy Blue Commentary, or whatever this may be, this channel, this content creating thing that I'm doing. I really don't have I really never had a place to say what Burgundy Blue Commentary was. Like my whole slogan is we talk about what we want to talk about when we want to talk about it. Oh, hey Hillary. Oh my goodness. Did you do another video? If this is you, Hillary, did you do another video? And I hope you I was and like I said, I'm doing commentary, so I'm trying to do my best. Um You're beautiful too. Just so you know, we're gonna go back to covering you and your husband later, Hillary. I've been stuck in my hometown stuff, Hillary. And if you guys don't know who Hillary is, Hillary kind of paved the way. And Hillary, I hope you don't take offense to this. Paved the way for a lot of the content creators that's over there on TikTok with their husbands without saying names. And then Hillary disappeared, and we were wondering what the heck happened to Hillary. Okay, I'm gonna go over there and check it out. And thanks for letting me know, and thanks for allowing me to cover your story. I appreciate it. And I want to follow through because over here it's always two sides to the story. It's always two sides to the story. It's we only know what the papers put out, but you are living your life. So that's Hillary from Hillary and Nate, guys. Hopefully that's you, Hillary. Hillary, it's been a lot of fake pages, so hopefully that's Hillary, and that's what she said. So and we're gonna get back to covering you, Hillary, and maybe we could maybe if you don't mind, you could give the side of the story to us, when we get back over on our channel. Thank you. S. Clark, everybody. Um you guys, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted because Hillary, I covered her story. Hillary, it happens. You human. You are a human being. Okay, you a human being. We get it, and you got the right to be angry. You got the right to be angry. It was a lot going on. I followed your story. I followed your story, and thank you for that. But these people, it be fake people on here. But I'm gonna go back over there and cover your story. Thank you so much, Hillary. Okay, so as you see, we got Hillary from Hillary and Nate. Um, and we covered other things on my channel. I never knew where my channel would go. When I started to talk about Dalton, I was scared and hesitant in a sense because I live here, right? And now we see, remember, if you follow me, we see what is happening now. We see that is what's going on now. So I wasn't in a sense trying to hide. So like the whole doxing situation that went on with me, it was just okay. You know, I wanted my businesses separate because on this channel it's commentary, it's opinions, anything can happen. And my other business is I'm by the book, professional, everything's written out, everything's contracted. I didn't want the two to mix. So yeah, that's why today I just went ahead and put my picture out because people keep on putting my pictures around and thinking I'm trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to hide anything. And I hope that now this can dead the situation. And that's it. That's all I want to say. Hey, Goddess. Exactly, Erica. Hey. Is exactly, Erica. Hillary entered the chat from Hillary and Nate. Oh my God. Now, if Gypsy Rose pop up, I'm just gonna faint. Because look, Cody Brown. If Cody Brown pop up, that means I done made it, y'all. So today I want to go over what happens outside of the board meeting and also about Open Meetings Act. And also I went to the library. Hey, Gardis. Hey. See, I'm okay, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm off topic because I haven't been on here, so people got to tell me. No, is it Nina? I'm just asking. I hope it's not Nina because you're gonna have to tell me who it is. Is that I gotta go? I've been engulfed in this Dolton stuff. I haven't gotten to RT. I haven't. I wonder how Gypsy Rose is doing now. I haven't really followed up. I've been following up on her husband Ryan though. S. Clark, thanks for being here. True Scud, thanks for being here. Hillary, I'm gonna send it right now. Burgundy Blue Commentary. So this is housekeeping right now, y'all. Before we get into the stuff, Gardis, I say hello to you, my brother. There it is, BurgundyBlueCommentary@gmail.com. That's my email if you need to get in contact with me. So I'm just putting a little picture up, just letting y'all know this is me. I don't come online because I be in my sewing room a lot, sewing stuff. So like when I'm up late at night, sometimes I'm sewing or I'm knitting or I'm steaming or I'm dyeing the clothing, and it's just a lot going on back here. So it's just a mess. Okay, well, I'm done. I'm done, Gardis. I had my coffee pot is on now, so I'll be better in a second. I got the coffee pot on. I already went to the gym, got the coffee pot going. I don't know if I want grits or oatmeal. What did y'all have for breakfast? Let me know. Hey Tracy. Hey Tracy. I don't know if I want grits or oatmeal. Oh, and I did get a new multivitamin. Oh, I gotta tell you, it's downstairs. I was gonna tell y'all what it was. Okay, so let's talk about what goes on outside of the board meetings, because I think that's the whole thing that I would like to cover, because you might not see while I go get my coffee, you might not see what's going on. You might only see one perspective, and sometimes I have to say this. I didn't want to say this, but I got to speak from the heart. Y'all know how I go. I'm so sorry to Brandon. I saw someone sent me the post, and it was like 80 comments on the post to go to your page and ask about Tiffany Henyard, money from Tiffany Henyard. Because yesterday, I think Channel 5 did a Channel 5. Now, a lot of stuff happened yesterday. Keith Freeman went to court. A lot of stuff was going on. But somehow Channel 5, and you guys know I ride for Regina Walthrop. She seems cool. They decided to go with well, let me play it. Let me play it right quick. Hit that like button, 56 people in here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it while we're here, and then I'm gonna go get and y'all don't forget to tell me what you have for breakfast. Like, I don't know if I don't want to boil an egg. You guys ever boil the egg, and when you boil an egg, you forgot you're boiling the egg. You just walk around, you start vacuuming, doing YouTube getting in the shower, your egg boiling, and you didn't forgot the egg was boiling. The egg been boiling for hours. I would like just a boiled egg, maybe. But let me know what you had. Hey, Chavis. Ooh, a ice mocha latte. Now, I'm not a big chocolate person. Is that real chocolatey, Dawn? Oh, and that's a beautiful, beautiful photo of you. Oh my gosh. That sounds so good. Blueberry pancakes are my favorite. I love a good blue and a boiled egg. You're gonna make me boil an egg. And I put, this sounds so urban. I used to put salt and pepper on my boiled egg. Now I put lemon pepper on it, or a little bit of the slap your mama spicy seasoning. Yep, it's boiled egg. That's what I'm gonna have with my coffee. Okay. I feel real energized. I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Now let's watch what happened here. And the reason I'm sort of saying I'm so sorry that happened to Brandon. A lot of stuff went on yesterday, and I only can speak from experience. And I don't know him personally at all. Um, I just saw what was going to happen after this news article went out, and I just thought it was more, and it's no disrespect to Regina at all. I just thought it was more we could talk about yesterday. Or Channel 5, no disrespect. I just thought it was more we could talk about. Ooh, I actually have this dress, Marion. It's a knit. I have that same dress. I have that dress. It doesn't look as good on me because I have that dress she has on. But it doesn't look as good as me on me because it's the pattern like makes me look weird. But I have that dress. I think I have a picture of me in that dress. I like it. It's a knit dress. It almost, yeah, it's like the pattern sucks. All right, let's go to it. Let's play.
Other suburbs where Mayor Tiffany Henyard also has a leadership role. Henyard is also the supervisor of Thornton Township, which includes a total of 17 towns.
Elected officials are speaking out about budgets, federal probes, and financial records. Regina Waldrop is in Markham with more on that story.
You have been led astray. You have been bamboozled. You have been hungry.
Dolton, not the only community concerned about self-titled super mayor Tiffany Henyard.
And if she speaks out loud one more time, you remove her.
The mayor of Markham questioning her decisions and her leadership. Henyard has dual roles, mayor and Thornton Township supervisor.
I'm standing with the full force of this government here, and I don't see that happening in Thornton Township. I don't see it happening in Dolton either.
17 communities make up Thornton Township, representing more than 158,000 people. And this township, also a taxing body. Right now, the township is without a budget. It was to be approved May 31st, but was tabled.
That budget needs to be looked into much deeper.
Aldermen say they're being inundated with calls from taxpayers.
I hear it every day. There's no transparency within our township.
Henyard is at the center of a wide-ranging federal investigation and a number of lawsuits.
At some point, there needs to be some oversight, and someone has to get to the bottom of what and why these things are happening.
Questions are also being raised about Henyard using taxpayer dollars for personal expenses, including her makeup artist. This itemized payroll sheet for the township from May of last year lists Brandon Moman as an administrative assistant. But when we reached out to him, he told us he's Henyard's makeup artist. Chris Gonzalez is a Thornton Township trustee.
Just once again, a long series, unfortunately, of things that just seem to be done incorrectly or possibly illegally.
We reached out to Henyard's administration for comment, but didn't hear back. Today, Governor Pritzker shared his thoughts on Tiffany Henyard and whether the state...
Again, I want to repeat, it's no disrespect to Regina Waldrop. I ride for her. And it's no disrespect to Channel 5. It just was like that makeup thing was snuck in there. And I want to say something about it. The reports that they had, like they said, sorry, didn't mean to put that up. Did not mean to do that. The reports that they had, was, sorry, I'm trying to add this to my thing because I almost messed up, y'all. The reports that they had was that from 2023, which I remember Stephanie Weiderman bringing that to our attention about the super mayor having her stylist. Remember, it was even on the Tommy G thing documentary. A shout out to him. Shout out to Stephanie. They brought that to our attention last year about Brandon K, the stylist or the makeup artist, or the hairstyle. I don't know how many hats he wears when it comes to the super mayor, but that was brought up last year. And I just didn't think that was new news. You know what I mean? I know that sounds, hey, Lucille, I know that sounds weird, but I just didn't think that was new news. So what I'm trying to say, and I'm being delicate when I say this, because it seems like now that I'm more talking publicly, it seems like my words get twisted. If someone, I never thought my YouTube videos would be reviewed. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to say it correctly, and I know what I want to say, but I'm saying it correctly. It was other news things going on behind the scenes that day, like the Keith Freeman news, right? They brought up Brandon, and the way they brought it up, it was like, I'm wondering, is he still charging the village? Like this right here. This is from last April. So I'm assuming, and this is Thornton Township records, where they're sort of doing the FOIAs, like we saw Mr. Roberts got the FOIAs and stuff like that. I started to see people send me stuff, and I saw Brandon fighting for his life in the comments. Like, I was at one time working for Thornton Township, and I was getting paid in the capacity of an administrative assistant. And now I'm the mayor's makeup artist and stylist, I guess. And she pays me with her own funds. I think both can be true. I also think that this could have been payment, and then they turned around and said, oh no, I don't know. I don't know him. I don't know the mayor. But if it stopped, and that was from last year, why are we talking about it? Hey, Lucille, thank you for being here, love bug. So I saw someone sent me this, and I was like, I want to say something, because I've been there when you're kind of misunderstood. So this was in the Dolton Politics page, and it says, leave comments for this guy. Now, for what I know, it says he's a wardrobe stylist. He's a wardrobe stylist. It says, leave comments for this guy. He's actively and knowingly stealing your tax dollars. He knows what's going on and admitted it to the news. I didn't see that part. I'm sorry. I didn't see him admitting that he knew he was stealing the tax dollars. I saw him say he started off as a township employee for the summer or something like that, and then he grew to be her personal stylist. That's what I saw, or a makeup artist. It says, leave comments about how you feel about him accepting ghost payrolls. Make him turn on Tiffany also until he denounces Tiffany. Comment on his page too. Now, I feel some kind of way about this. I don't know Brandon at all. And before people say, oh, we got the same profession or anything, I've never ran into him before. We covered his fashion before on this show. We'd be like, oh, look what he's doing. Maybe he could dial this back, or maybe he could do this. I think he's doing a good job. I think that he probably can't tell them. The mayor probably tells him more what she wants to wear. Like, he might say, dress like Condoleezza, and she like, no, I want to dress like I'm going to the lounge or whatever, But I think he does a good job. But I think this is unfair. I think this is unfair to do this to his business. I think that, and I saw that it was like 80 comments. I think that's really unfair, you guys. You have to realize this is people's lives. Like, he's not in public service. If somebody paid me today, good morning, Raging Cajun. If Tiffany hired me today, all I'm doing is sending Tiffany Henyard the invoice. That's all I'm doing. I don't know if Tiffany Henyard gonna pay it with her daddy credit card, the township credit card, her boo credit card, or link card. All I know is that invoice is supposed to be paid. I send the invoice and I get paid. That's all I know. Now, how they mark him over on the township side when they do what's that they do at the board meetings? I'm so sorry, guys. I need to go get my coffee. How they mark him down on the township side when they're doing the warrant list and things like that, that's not his concern. The fact that people will say leave, that could ruin him. I hope it doesn't. I'm saying now I'm sure he has more than one client, and I'm sure his only client is not Tiffany Henyard. To go over there and do that and get the other people exposed, because I know, because it happens. It happened to me. Not to this degree, but it can happen. You go over here and tell people until he denounces Tiffany, comment on his page too. He's getting paid now. Now we don't know. Like it probably was some. I'm not saying it wasn't no sticky stuff to start, but that was 2023. We in June of 2024. Is he still getting paid this way? Is he still getting paid this way? You know what I'm saying? This man is putting some leggings on Tiffany every other board meeting, just some leggings and a blazer. And y'all want to go over there and go to his page until this is income. He's not into politics. This is who he works for. Why is this a problem? If you feel like I'm wrong, please comment. And if you feel like I'm right, please comment. Let us know, like, how do you feel about this? Because once I send you that invoice, I don't know who paid and how they paid. You know what I mean? And I'm just speaking from experience. You don't know how, who, or how. You don't know anything. You send the invoice, they pay you, and it's over. Do I think that Brandon ever thought that now he would be on the news for a payment of services rendered? No. And to me, this is what he said. Let's pull it up because I don't want to lie on this brother. I'm not vouching to say it's not true. I just think going to his page and making him denounce. I don't know when things started turning into this. That's what I'm trying to say. Andrew Holmes is still sitting on the seat as a capacity of a trustee. Did anybody forget what we heard, right? That Andrew Holmes did. He's sitting up there as a trustee in the capacity of a trustee, getting paid as a trustee, getting health insurance as a trustee. But right now we must denounce Tiffany if you're a is anybody, are you following me? Let's go to some of these comments. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I was, let me pull up his response as well. And I'm sorry this is happening to him. I feel that, you know what? I used to hear Tiffany say, me today, you tomorrow. Very much true. It was me. It was very much me today. Okay, so this is what his response was. Anyone here verify this statement? Regina Wardrobe. Yes. Okay, so let me bring up what brought that statement up. This is what he says. Regina was like, can you verify what your capacity was working for the mayor? And he says, yes, Regina, from the period of April 2023 to June 2023, I was employed at Township as an administrative assistant for the Youth Summit. I am also the wardrobe stylist to Mayor Henyard, and she pays me with her own funds. Both could be true. Both can be true. But when things like this happen, I just want people to realize these are real people lives. These are real people lives. This is not a joke. Like, it's so funny when I see stuff like this, because it's like, you do know that after Tiffany, whatever happens, if she's arrested, if she's set free, if she moves to Tahiti, we still are here living our lives. When did it turn into an investigation on Andrew Holmes is sitting up there in the capacity of a trustee, and not one person said a word? Okay, let's read these comments, but we have to go over here to make sure that we attack this young brother right here. Okay. I know that's going to give me some backlash, but I had to say it. Let's get back. Let's get up here. While he does work for a corrupt administration, he's not stealing. He's getting paid for his work. This is agitation that's detrimental to people who don't deserve it. I agree. He's working for a corrupt administration, just like the security guards in the building, just like the janitors in the building, just like the people that are doing zapping. They're just working. They're just working. Just like her administration, they're just working. Why is it that? And then he explained it, and it's not good enough. So we must go over there and flood his page with bad news and ruin what he got going on outside of Tiffany Henyard. So he's supposed to give up in his livelihood. Yep, it was the same thing. Andrew Holmes is sitting at the board meeting in the capacity of a trustee. Here, I'm nobody, guys. Nobody's gonna listen to me. Andrew Holmes is sitting at the board meeting in the capacity of a trustee, and nobody says anything other than you look bad. You look like you died. But here we got to go over there and make him denounce. We're not even making Tiffany nor the trustees denounce Andrew Holmes. Are we blind? Is this about Dolton or what? We're not even holding the board of trustees nor the mayor accountable to denounce Andrew Holmes, but we got to make this brother denounce Tiffany, or else we're gonna go over to his page and go off. All right, that's me. I'm on my that was my 10 seconds.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I just be sitting over there like, okay. Do y'all do know this is real life? Do y'all think someone's being paid to throw everyone off, or are these just people with opinions, false narratives? I don't know what's going on, but I wish people would like look at the task at hand. Like when we started this, everybody was on board because of the corruption. Now we got the Vegas trip. Oh boy, now y'all really into it. Now, like, what did y'all do? Y'all going to Vegas? Y'all spreading it long and wide all over the place. No, we got to stop this. Now, all of a sudden, it's attacking people within the community. Like I said, I don't know Brandon, but I saw that, and I know people gonna be like, "Oh, how she don't know Brandon and they in the same?" I literally don't know this man at all. At all, I don't know him. But I saw what was happening, and I'm like, we can literally take this energy right here, leave comments for this guy. He's actively knowing stealing your tax dollars. I don't think he's knowing anything. He knows what's going on and admitted it to the news. He said, I would from April, I was employed as an administrative assistant. And then it's like, I don't think anybody will hear anything. And then it's like, you must denounce Tiffany. We didn't even ask anybody to denounce Andrew Holmes. We were ready for Keith Price, who was sitting behind the counter. We were ready to put his head on a spike because he was sitting behind the counter. But Andrew Holmes could sit at a capacity of a trustee after what has been alleged. Nobody's even asking him step down into. And I'm not talking about the public. I'm talking about the board. Nobody's even asking him to the board and the mayor step down until your investigation. They just went ahead. Hey, sit down, have a good time. You want something to drink? You want some water? But we got to ask this brother to denounce everything and stop his income. All right, so let's talk about what goes on outside. Thanks for listening to my long-winded. Let's talk about what's going on, and thanks for participating. Oh, we love us some Trina Downs over here. Yeah, Don. Everybody was on their own lane working to get answers. I don't know what happened. We don't know. It's almost like y'all do know. It's almost like I love The Simpsons. And remember when the people were mad at, what was his name? Burns? What's his name? Mayor Burns or something? The guy that owned the plant or whatever. They came to torch the town and all because of a lie. He sent them off and they all was walking with these dang fires. What those things called? Torches to torch the town. That's what it feels like. One person could say everything, and then it's like, we got to ruin this person. We have to expose them. My feelings were a little hurt when I saw some of the people that was responding to things, when I got to see finally after we got everything settled with our family here. I was like, girl, I was just at your birthday party 3 weeks ago. And you telling me I've been the source of the problem since high school? I was like, oh my goodness, it's such a small town here. It's such a small town, and the people that don't live here don't understand. It's such a small town, guys. It's such a small town. It's such a small town. And I went to all grade levels and some college here in this small town. So imagine being a part of this small town from 3rd grade to math 101, you know what I mean? At South Suburban College, you know what I mean? Or Psych 101 at South Suburban College. So years I've been here. And when I left, I was so ecstatic because I did not want to come, but I came back. And we never know what God purposes is for us. Now I fell in love with my town all over again. You know what I mean? But yeah, to see that happen to somebody else like that, like go to his page and tell, he doesn't know anything, guys. I don't know, but I know for sure when I send the invoice out, I just care that you pay it. Pay the invoice. If your sugar daddy pay it, fine. If your baby mama pay it, fine. Just pay it. I don't think he thought he'd be up on the news. And I don't think that was really, okay, let me stop there. Oh, it's sad. All right, let's go to what happens outside of a board meeting. I thought this was important to see. I saw some reporting going on, and I was like, let me throw my hat in the ring. Let's see if I got it. Do I have it? Can I share the file? Let's see. And hit that like button if you don't mind. I want to show some things that possibly the news doesn't show. And it's about what happens outside the board meeting. So we went to the village board meeting this time. If you know me, you know I never really go in. I like to stay outside. Once they put those metal detectors up, that was enough for me. You had me at hello. Because if you got to put a metal, now let me tell you, I don't know. But if you got to put a metal detector up and you got to lock the door behind me, oh no. You can have that. You can have that. if you ever look at those board meetings, like it's inside of the building where the services are going on. It's not that huge of a building, but right behind you, you have 2 glass doors. Because they don't want the crowd coming in, I got somebody, but I was in, and if you guys don't know, I was at E2's. Anybody know the E2 club? You could put a 1 in the chat. E2, the club that had the Valentine's Day massacre. We were there the weekend before and the day before for a celebration. So that the whole what we saw on the news, we knew what had happened, and we were like, we knew a couple of survivors. We knew what was going on at that club. And one of the problems were when a fight or something broke out, one of the security guards would light the entire club with pepper spray, and everybody's eyes would start burning and they'll start running. And that's how you had to go down the steps at E2's. So that's how a lot of the trampling was happening. Now, this is quite funny that I'm saying that, not that happened at E2's. We'll go over E2's later, but I'm saying that to say the men were trampling over the women. Wasn't nobody saying, baby, let me help you get out of here, or nothing like that. It was like, that's how a lot of people died. They was like, out the way. The bigger you were, the safer you were, because you were able to push anyone smaller than you down the steps and walk over them. So a lot of people passed just from trampling. If you guys remember that story, you were there a few, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm one of those people that I'm still cautious when I go in somewhere. I used to go, Dante, I used to go every Saturday and some Thursdays. That was the place to be. Let's see. I watched the whole thing unfold, seeing the people trapped in that stairwell. Wasn't that scary? Getting noticed with Nikki. It had to be, maybe, I'm trying to picture it in my head, 25 steps down. That was a pretty steep stairwell. And so from that day on, I've always looked for exits, never anywhere I went, because that was the thing. We only knew one way to get out. And I think if a lot of people would have knew the fire escape or would have paid attention, a lot of stuff or directed, it would have not happened. One of my friends, his girlfriend was pregnant, and she was at that club that night, and she passed. It's ridiculous just to think. My heart goes out to those families. And I think it was something very, now this was what we had figured out. We were like, we remember being there, and a fight broke out, and they started pepper spraying, and it was already warm in there. So when they pepper sprayed in the air, everybody's eyes burnt, right? So people just started running left, right, left. Now, that's, we have to go over E2s. You had to pull the door open to the inside to get at the bottom of the steps. Yeah. Hey, Hiram, it was a very hard thing to watch. Yep. It was very hard. Very steep. The faces pushed on the door. I'm so sorry you had to witness that. It was okay. So you feel like I'm with that. If you gotta lock the door behind me and I don't know how to get out, or I gotta ask somebody to unlock the door, I don't want to go in there anyway. So you guys have never seen me go into those board meetings, ever. So let's talk about what happened at this board meeting. Let's talk about what happened from the outside. Let's see if I can share it here. And hit the like button. Thanks for being here. Let's see if this is the right file. Let's see. I'm learning, guys. Hold on. Let me see if this is right. I want to just share with you guys this. See, will this work if I do this? Let's see if this will work, guys. Excuse me, let me see. Thanks for your patience, guys. Let's see if this will work. No, it looks like it's not. It's always more interesting. It's always more interested outside, I swear. I don't think I could. Let me try one more thing. Oh, I can't get it. Okay, hold on. Let me do it this way, guys. It's just really interesting. Oh, let me let this play while y'all waiting on me. And tap your neighbor and say thank you for patience. All right, let's play this.
Year lists Brandon Moman as an administrative assistant, but when we reached out to him, he told us he's Henyard's makeup artist. Chris Gonzalez is a Thornton Township trustee.
Just, once again, a long series, unfortunately, of things that just seem to be done incorrectly or possibly illegally.
We reached out to Henyard's administration for comment, but didn't hear back. Today, Governor Pritzker shared his thoughts on Tiffany Henyard and whether the state should step in.
There is an investigation that's been called for, and now I know there was a veto that was overridden that will now allow that investigation to go forward.
Reporting from Markham, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Thanks to Regina. She's worked hard on that story.
Governor, are you monitoring what's going on in Dolton and
Welcome to God. You get in line. What's up, Chicago Jew? Chicago Jew, y'all. Okay, guys. So right here, this is when we found out it was 42 people capacity. Me and some of the other people, we just got in line because we were like, we're not going to jump in front. We were already in line, but we didn't want to jump in front of other people. So it was what it was. But I want you guys to notice how it goes in the line outside and what was going on. And shout out to a beautiful young lady that was trying to get and I'm so scared to say people names now because I don't want them to get doxxed or in trouble or anything like that. Ain't that weird? She was trying to make sure the elders got in and things of that nature. So listen to what happened. And shout out to Reality Check TV Chicago. Shout out to my friends and in the situation. And that's all I want to say. Shout out to all of y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. They said they letting only 42 people in. They done blocked out the next.
See,
They wouldn't let.
look, I brought my laundry.
I got look.
Just in case.
I got a stool right here.
Just in case they was on some bullshit. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then it's all these people that's not even Dalton residents going in. But I know it's open, you know, open meeting. But at least let us get in there first if we're residents.
What's going on?
Yeah. They should have been let her in.
What's up, Doc?
She's a resident. Let her in. She's not here for the mess. Okay. I may be wrong. I love y'all insight. The fact this woman even got to wait in line. I'm talking about this woman with the gingham pink little cute shirt. She has a walker. It's hot outside. The fact y'all won't just let her on up as humans, as just let her. She's just let her on up. Am I wrong? Shout out to Critical Smoker. Make sure you follow Critical Smoker as well. He's on the ground giving you content here in Dalton. Hey Zell, hey my love. And Critical says the reason I didn't go inside was because I didn't want to take a resident's place. Yeah, it's like a lot of people don't see that, Critical. They're like, oh, y'all couldn't get in. Let this woman with the pink shirt in. Let the residents in that have questions. You know, it's an open meeting, so everyone is able to get in. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, it's sort of like unspoken rules. This woman is hunched over. Let her through the line. Everybody who was in line deserves to be there. But just let this young lady own up. Just let her own up. Let's continue to watch. Let her in. Can you at least let her in?
It's the capacity posted.
Yeah, that's all we asking. Let her in. We okay. Let her in.
Let her in.
So 7, 18, 10 more people ain't gonna work.
Right, it's only about 15 of us. If that's the case, we need to move the meeting.
Look at that. They don't even own it. That's public property.
Once I see one turn down allowed, they got to block off again.
Why they didn't work out?
Now that's 41.
Shit, move the chairs closer together. That ain't capacity. They do that.
I got my own seat.
Yeah. Stop letting all the people come in through the back.
So we finally got in. You hear my girl? She like, stop letting the people in by the back, and you won't be to capacity. She like, if we would have everybody could have got in if y'all wouldn't have let the people in the back. So they finally let the young lady in. But that's sort of what's going on the outside. It wasn't that like I'm not so eager that I have to get in there. I have to. Y'all gonna tell me what's going on? But this woman, once she walk, even if I'm in the grocery store and I see somebody that may be on a walking cane, like the beautiful Dawn Vision said, ma'am, you could go ahead of me. Go ahead. Go, sir, go on ahead of me. I got time. I'm not in a rush. Like the respect for the elders, just let her on in there. Let her on in there. And sometimes they need somebody to stand up. She's just standing there. She's just standing there because she's like, I came all this way. She's not here for the mess. She's just there to probably just to see what's going on in her community and what's happening. All right, let's go to another one. Yeah, it needs to be moved after all of these meetings. We definitely need to move the meetings, George. It doesn't make sense that we still sitting over there talking about we at capacity, and then they wrote 42 with crayon. They put it in a picture frame with crayon. 42 is the limit. We sitting over there like, who put this frame up here? It's so funny. Let me see if I'm gonna have to find it. But did you guys see the posting from the chief of the fire chief where it said 42? It was right over. Let me see if it's let me find that right quick before I find part 2. So we're members of the media for sure. All we can do, because we don't want to disrupt so much, is report it. We're members of the media as well. If you want to keep us out, okay, that's not fair. You're violating our rights, so it will be reported. And there we have it. There we have it. We were out of the meeting, and it was. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me see if I got anything that's. We couldn't go in the meeting. We couldn't. If we wanted to, it was it. Oh, they cut Lori on the board meeting. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I got. Let me pull one more up. But yeah, it's like let these people in. Let these people in. Like we see. Let's see if we got anything here. Let me see if I can find it. And it's fine. Let's see if I got the public comment here. Sorry, guys. They had the capacity up on crayon. In crayon, I want to show you. They put in a little frame. Oh, they were too far away. Let's see. But let me go ahead and. This is Mr. Lee talking. I'm gonna try to zoom in on it for you. Hold on. It's so funny. Hold on, guys. Let me pull this up first. Let's pull this up. I gotta get up out of here shortly. Okay, let's see if I can share this with you first. This is going to be the 3-8. So this is the next person that this wonderful young lady tried to get in, and she got to speak at the board meeting.
Don't let everybody in after a while.
So remember this young lady? She actually got to speak at the board meeting. Let's show you how. Let's show you how this happened.
I'm good, Gardens.
She been out here for 2 hours. That's so
She been out here for 2 hours.
And then they be letting the same ones go in.
They were in the front. They were in the front, the same ones.
Yeah. But one person ain't gonna hurt y'all.
If somebody leave out, can I wait?
If you're a homeowner in Dolton, you should be able to get in there.
I am.
So just look, it's the lady with the white shirt, guys. Just look really quickly. She's trying to get in, but someone on the side of me, and I'm gonna say L5. She's sitting up here. She's reaching out to the white shirts to get her in on the side of me. Let's watch.
I got this stool if you want to sit there.
Oh, and while y'all heard that, remember I'm saying on here, and hit the like button. 108 people in here. If you hear me, I'm like, I got this stool if you want to sit. Someone bought a stool for me on my Amazon wish list. Thank you so much. So I brought the stool out to the meeting for people that would have to sit down if they needed it. They could have a seat. So thank you to whoever got me the stool, the retractable stool on my Amazon wish list. It helped a lot of people.
They love it.
I'm standing
They,
back with you.
when you came in, you made everybody was really nicer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, yes. People was coming to me. I'm sorry. The officer was like, I'm so sorry for what happened to you. I was like, oh, damn.
Nope, I'm glad they know.
I was like, damn.
Yep, nope, I'm glad they know.
I was like, oh.
But that's my buddy right here.
Yeah.
So the officer right here is telling this woman in the white shirt she cannot get in. He's like, no, you're not going to be able to get in. And we're sitting over there just, trying to motion for a white shirt to come over.
He filled my cup up with his water and everything.
Oh. But if we're a homeowner here, we should.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Y'all let me know what's going on inside. Okay, guys? Y'all keep me updated on the chat. I'm going to keep you updated out here. And it's all about patience. It's all about patience because we got to have the meeting go. The meeting have to go. So we're trying to see if we can get this one young lady in.
So that's what we were doing. L Fox was over there. I want to say your name, D. I want to say your name, but I don't want that. You were over there. You were trying to help and to get this young lady in. Now you see she's still arguing with the police. It's two police officers over there. She like, why can't I get in? I've been here for 2 hours. The same people get in and get at the mic all the time, guys. You got to wake up and pay attention. The same people get to the mic. This woman was here 2 hours.
This one young lady with the shirt, we got to get her in. She's been here 2 hours. Trustee Tammy Brown just aware she's arriving. And then that's it. Yeah, just one person. Yeah. We're going to see if we can get this young lady in. It's not just about us.
So at this point, Officer Terry, I forgot his last name, but the Sergeant Terry, he came over to see what we were motioning about. And it was this young lady because she was getting kind of angry. Like, I've been here 2 hours. Y'all won't let me in. That's not fair.
You know, it's not about Burgundy getting in. It's about all of us getting in. You know what I mean? So if she's out here, I was be.
Oh, I ain't talking to you. Oh, I ain't talking to you.
Yeah, because then they're going to feel like she's a.
So I'm walking over to her to tell her don't, because you see this man with the green on, he's walking over like she's a problem. So I'm walking over to her to say, just, you know, and I hate to say it like this, like, just chill. We're trying to get you in. Just hold off. You don't got to argue. You don't have to save your voice for the inside.
We trying to get you in. We trying to get you in. We trying. The sergeant, he's trying. We just asked the sergeant. Yeah. I didn't want her to get combative, and we're trying to get her in. It's about everybody being able to get in. So here he comes. He go get her in. Yay, he go get her in. He gonna get her in, y'all.
Now watch Sergeant Terry. Watch what he does. He don't know me. He don't know my girl. He don't know anybody. We just asked, could you please get her in? She's been here 2 hours. You see the same people get in. It's cutsies. It's all type of things. You could cut. It's definitely. Was that in grammar school? Cutsies. They cutting the line. She been here 2 hours. Get her in. Watch what he does. This is what you have to see outside the meeting, guys, that people aren't reporting. And I just noticed on the corner, the red shirt, that's Critical and Reality Check TV. You probably can see a better view from their cameras. I'll try to go over there. I just noticed that they were over there.
I'll get her in. There we talking about.
He grabbed her by the
All right, yeah. Y'all got to clap for that.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Go T. Go T.
I appreciate you.
T. She did that. T did that for us.
At least it was doable.
We got one person in. So it's about, you know what, being patient. Let's get them. Let's get them all in. It's not just about Burgundy getting in, making the scene. This is my community. So I want everybody to be able to get in. There you have it. So he came and grabbed this woman by the hand. He didn't know she was out there fighting for her life. And it just took a simple conversation. Sometimes things can happen with a simple conversation. She's been there 2 hours. Nobody's listening to her. The trustee walked right past her. She's like, hey, try to catch the trustee. She walked right past her. And she's like, I've been here 2 hours. I have something to say. The same people at meeting after meeting after meeting are at that microphone. And they'll say that that's hating and you can't get in. And it's the same people getting at that microphone. Other people have something to say. Let's look at her comment. I never got to really look at it. Let's look at her comment. What did she have to say, guys? Do you remember this young lady talking at the microphone? We didn't know her. It wasn't a setup. We didn't know the lady with the pink shirt. It wasn't a setup. It was just community talking, helping community. Community helping community. That's all. So let's go to, we had no idea that I was like, when I saw it, I said, oh my God, she got to speak. So everything is not a conspiracy theory. This is real life. This is what's going on. It's what's going on. It was peaceful out there. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't people arguing and fighting. I'm not in cahoots with no police. It's nothing like that. It's like you see the elders out here and you see the same people come in and they get to that microphone. Let's just have some humanity. Let's have something, even if you're not part of the circle.
Because y'all think that the elderly are the ones that need help, so do the disabled. We sit in the house all day. We struggle. We have depression. We have other things that we go through. Do you care about that? Of course not. All you care about is the money that you're trying to take from us residents. We're tired of you stealing.
Ma'am, your time is up.
Of course it is. No, thank you.
All right, next person.
Hey, Christian.
That's a good question.
Good evening, residents, my fellow residents.
There we go. There you go. She's at the podium. Potato said, I had to pull over to just ask something. All these residents are there at the time for the posted meeting. Why is it that the trustees were not there for the scheduled time? It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Tiffany's late, the trustees late. We just outside. Potato, I wish I had a better answer for you. But I will say this, even without Trustee Brown, they would have had quorum because Holmes was there too, right?
So glad to see you. Hopefully you will be here all the time. Talk to your neighbors, bring them, and all of that. What I have to say, first of all, the mayor, the administrator, both are busy doing other things while we're speaking. I've always been told if someone is speaking, you should pay attention. I understand that you hear with your ears, but you still give respect with eye contact. At least the person feels like that you're listening. The information, the situation or whatever that I have to discuss is the procedures of way that we're treated as residents when we come to a village meeting. This is a village meeting where we're supposed to be able to get information, maybe what's going on in the village, share information with our residents, maybe that they're not aware of. but we're standing out in line. If there is, which I see this sign posted, I don't know if it's been there all the time or not, but the point, just to refresh our memories or to enlighten us or whatever, or educate us, then put it on the door where the agenda is to let us know that there is an occupancy quota or whatever. How do we know that? Yes, it's here inside. I go along with that, but just a refresher or whatever, post it so we know. And before, if there was or is an occupancy or quota or whatever, in the past, we've had standing room only. And in the future, if it is a capacity of 43 seated people, then it may be a possibility that we need to look elsewhere so that we can have enough space for our residents, even though none of our concerns or anything is addressed. It's just recorded or whatever, because the people that make the rules or address to the rules are busy talking between themselves, writing and whatever. So residents, stay focused, pay attention. And all of these, quote, lies or whatever, that's funny that there's documentation. One of our trustees even brought to our attention with a copy of the statement and asked, did anyone want to see it? So how can you lie with something that's in
Ma'am, your
writing?
time is up.
Thank you.
All right, next person.
All right.
So I thought that was pretty cool that that she was able to get in and speak her piece. And yeah, that's what happens from the outside of the meeting. Just so y'all could see all sides. That has been my situation since I started this channel. I want y'all to see all sides of the story, not just my side, not just somebody else's side. You got to see all sides of the story. Okay, not even just the media side. And it's no shade to the media. I think that they are respected journalists. But I do know when they come in, they only have time to get the clips, you know, get what's gonna pop. I understand that. What's gonna bring more, I understand that. But that's what makes us as independent so important as well, because now we're able to say, hey, you know what? No, it didn't go this way. This actually how it went. If it wasn't for someone standing up for this young lady, she wouldn't have never been able to speak at the podium. If it wasn't for the kindness of that officer walking her in, she would have never been able to speak the podium. So I got this little clip. Miss Vivian, hey, you cute. This is what they went and got. That Dollar Tree frame gonna be on the warrant list, y'all. They went and put that on the inside, and that's what she was talking about. She was talking about, if this is going to be on the inside, can't you post this on the outside just so we know? You knew it was a heck, can't y'all, all this slander going on social media, can't somebody post it on social media that today board meeting will only be 43 people occupancy, a person's occupancy or whatever? I'm just wondering, like, but then I guess then they'll really be in violation of the Open Meeting Act, because everybody would know then, right? So I wanted to go over a little history, and that was it for there. You see, I've been long-winded, and y'all, I still didn't get my coffee, but I guess I still got some of that protein shake energy, whatever that is that they give you, that protein powder. I've been long-winded.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
Mistake.
So let's go over some of the like I said, they wrote that on crayon, like, hurry up, somebody give me a marker. 43 people, that's it. Dawn says, support independent media, the people who are, we journalisms. We journalism. and it's more that everybody has their, this is the other thing I want to say. Everybody has their angle, right? When they're talking about it. One of my angles, I don't know if this is interesting or not, but it's to talk Dolton history. I love it. I love for people I want them to see that this is a community with a past, a present, and hopefully a future. And hopefully our future doesn't end just with this, what's going on with this administration. So let's go over a little history and I'll let you go for today. And I appreciate you. Hit the like button. I'm getting back in the groove. Forgive me if I'm a little slower than usual with the history. So let's talk a little bit. This was really cool. It was old school. They were talking about the budget back in, what year was this? It was so funny. I said we would never be able to survive on this budget. This is the tax dollars. This is how the village funds were allocated in 19. It was, from what I have on here, 1982. Okay, so this is our tax dollars, right? Okay, 44 grand went to the fire department. The police department got 80 grand. Miscellaneous. So now I want to FOIA this. What's the miscellaneous, y'all? $18,768. Bonds were $62,449. Civil defense, $5,000. Pensions, $33,000. Administration, $34,000. Public works, $115,778. Wow, we wouldn't even be able to make it across the street. That's our day. We spend that in a day in Dolton. Okay, so I pulled this cool book and it's called and it goes through all the administrations, right? So we'll go over it later. But it's called, and it's by the old clerk of Dolton, Miss Carol Hall, and it's called Dolton the Village from 1892 to 1970. And they broke down some of the political parties, who won the election, how many votes they got, and it goes from the first election in 1892, and then the first noted election in 1901. So y'all, the back in the day, the mayor was required to hold a job for the village. So like if you were the mayor, you got whatever 10 cents, right, in 1892, but you were also required to train for a job, whether it be the fire department, whether it be the post office, because at that time it wasn't government, it was just local at that time. I mean, it was government, but it was just small time. School teacher, you were required to be at the meetings, you were required to work for your community, and you were required to live in your community. So what I mean by that is sort of like right now we'll see, like let's take who's a good example? Kiana Belcher works for what we heard of Rutgers, right? So she has her own business. She's working over there for a company. She's overseeing a multi-million-dollar account, right? She, in the older days, would have been required to hold a position. If she's going to hold a position in Dolton, she was required to work for her community too. So she would have to work in her business, but also come back and maybe work for the library or the park district. She would have to work in the community as well. And they did this to make sure that people who were on the board were invested in their community, not just working somewhere else. And I'm not trying to point her out like that, but not just work me being a trustee, working and getting that check, like Andrew Holmes. Andrew Holmes is a perfect example. He's getting a Village of Dolton check for a trustee, health insurance for a trustee, right? All the perks of a trustee, but he works for CTA. They did not allow that back in the day. And I thought that was really, really interesting. You had to live here, you had to work here, and you had to invest in the community if you were going to be on the board. What do y'all think about that? Oh, and your children had to attend school in Dolton. Your children could not go over there to good what's one of those famous schools in Chicago that everybody Michelle Obama went there? Is that Whitney Young? I think that's Whitney Young. You couldn't send your children to Whitney Young. No, your children had to go to Thornridge. Back in the day. Everything you did had to be done in the community. And I think that's very important. What do y'all think about that? Your family had to live here. You had to work here if you were holding office. Your children had to go to school in the community if you held office. And that is from this wonderful book that I have called Dolton the Village, 1892 to 1970 is one. And I have another, this is an essay. I thought that was really interesting. They also talk about taxes, the different administrations. I see why they did that, because I see why they did that. Maybe morale, just to come into Dolton and to just sit on the board and then go on about your life, and then your kids go to the best schools over here, and you're able to, it makes a difference. We don't even know, like Andrew Holmes, a great example. People say he didn't live in Dolton. I don't know, but that has been a rumor. So he doesn't live in Dolton. He works for CTA, but then he could come and make the rules as a board member. The trustees currently make $25,000 a year, I believe. You guys, we'll have to talk about this. Y'all, it was this book is so juicy. So in 1963, you guys, oh my God, it went down. They were trying to, so it was paper ballots back then. Somebody came through there and soiled the votes. Y'all, it was crazy. Like this Dolton history be juicy. y'all in the Dolton politics, y'all better get one of these Dolton history books when I tell you that somebody went through to where they were counting the votes at Village Hall and soiled the ballots. Oh my God. So it was very interesting. We're gonna have to cover that on a whole nother video. I was like, man, that is true. So they were trying to count the votes, and then they had to call it. Oh, it was very interesting. 1963. They talk about all the old trustees. Oh, and did you guys know? Remember, we had that controversy where we didn't know if our garbage was going to be picked up. Back in the day, they used to pile at start 1923, I think, to 1923 till, I'm going to estimate because I forgot. I read it last night. 1923 to like 1955 or something. They would just pile all the garbage over there on 142nd. That even if, and then the second part was Waterman area, you would the Public Works would come through and just burn your trash, just burn it, and then everybody would know what days the trash would burn. Isn't that crazy? It's called Dolton the Village, 1892 to 1970. I'm just gonna read this because I love stuff like this. This sounds weird. So this is my hobby, guys. I know I'm weird. So it says this is the post office history. After Dolton became a village, the first post office was in the store of Charles C. Schnorr, the postmaster. Now, y'all remember, I wish I have clips. That's why we have to do this later. We were talking to that family that has 6 generations. Right behind her, over her shoulder, that was one of the post office back in the day. S.A. Neff was next to have the post office in his store and act as postmaster. John Bodiger was next, having the post office in his tin shop. Y'all, they just was putting post offices in people's houses, and because Dolton, the first mayor, he had the post office in his basement. Can you imagine? Okay, so having the post office in his tin shop located across from Lincoln School, Main, Grant, and Lincoln Avenues. So the post office was like where Sharks is? Oh, wow. Mrs. Jessie Wessey was next. Ooh, Jessie Wessey, that's a cute name. Her store became the fourth post office at 14210 Chicago Street, now the pet shop. 14210 Chicago Street. I want to say that is the corner where Village Cafe is. Was that the old pet shop? If any Dolton history people, let me know. Edward Brookfield was the postmaster at 14111 Chicago Street. Now we know Chicago Street turned to Chicago Road, which is now Martin Luther King Drive. And it's now the Princeton Music Company. That was back then when this was wrote. Louis Albert was the postmaster in the building at 630 East 142nd Street. And then T.C. Hegstrom was the next postmaster, and Robert Tennis followed him. And now we know that the post office is now on Cottage Grove and 142nd. This is very, I don't know. I like stuff like this. One of the things is maybe that we can get back to what it used to be. Not all the way, because this is old fashioned, but like it says, history shows Dolton a solid community. They had a lot of money rotating in the same community. That was another reason it was so cool that in order to hold office, you had to also work within the community and have your kids in school within the community, and you had to live in the community. And I guess the rules got lax and things changed, but just think about all the money that used to rotate within Dolton. Now, I really can't picture what I do in Dolton on a regular basis. It's no gyms. It used to be Melanie Fitness. I used to go to the gym in Dolton. It's no gym for me to the Park District does have gym. That Park District does have a gym, but it's just not state of the art or whatever. Like if you want to go to a gym, the Park District has a gym. What do I do to spend money in Dolton? The grocery store. You guys, if you're in the area, just let me know. How do you circulate your dollar in the Southland? Let's just say the Southland. I do, like when I go to the post office, I'm trying to think. It's the restaurants, it's not anywhere I can get. Right now I'm eating a little healthier. So other than the grocery store, it's not a lot of healthy food restaurants in Dolton. Do you guys know, like we got like Maxwell Street, Sharks, Hoagie Shop, Taco Place, a lot of liquor stores, but like, do you know what you do? Like Walgreens, like how do you circulate your money in Dolton? My dad goes to a barber shop out there in Dolton. I'm trying to think. I really can't put my finger on like when we're reading the history, the pet shop, the music shop, the dance studio, Chuck's gun shop used to be in Dolton, it's now in Riverdale. The different sit down restaurants, the bookstore. Mr. Horny had his Value Village that had records and clothes and little knickknacks. It was a lot of different ways to circulate the dollar in Dolton, and I can't really think of too much now. If you guys let me know, it's not a lot. Somebody is trapping the mail. They was slinging mail out their basements. This book, I mean, it's kind of like an essay, but it's really pretty interesting to just read how they have all the officials. They have all the officials listed. So when we say something like Tiffany says she's the youngest, you could prove it here. I think she was really close. I think she was very neck and neck with Mayor. It's another mayor. He died young too. I can't think of his name. I think it might have been McKay. Peck. It was Peck, I believe. But all the board meetings, the park, Dolton First Park contained 22 acres of ground. It was incorporated in 1927. In 1972, they acquired all the extra land we see today, guys. This is very interesting. Dolton had a historical society with all these different artifacts. Where is the artifacts? Where's the historical society? It just disappeared and all these artifacts are gone. It's things I want to know. Like, very interesting. And the book seemed kind of non-biased. It was just basically saying this is how it used to be in Dolton. The schools they had in Dolton. Lincoln, which is still there. That's why when you pass by, people are like, why is this brick sitting in the middle of the street? That used to be where Lincoln School was, and that was the front door, and they pushed it back. But you had Lincoln, you had St. Paul's, you had Ivan. Now I'm gonna tell you what's still there. Lincoln's still there. St. Paul's is not there any longer. Ivanhoe Manor is not there any longer. Roosevelt is still there. Franklin, I think, is still there. Thornridge is still there. Vandenberg and Berger and Diekman, they're still there. Now, Vandenberg and Berger were separate, and then they put them together and made it Berger Vandenberg. Now, it used to be a lake. That's where they would have the shrimp boils. That's the Lake Isaac Walton. This is the weird thing, guys. We used to have a golf club too in Dolton. Dolton used to have a golf club. They had a women's club. They had a swimming pool on top of the Dorchester. Man, they had an electrical plant. The electrical plant actually employed 35 local residents. And before they ended up, man, we had wow, that was interesting. So anyway, I'll go down there. So let me get up out of here. Y'all know how I do. I hope we can get back to it. How do we circulate the dollar in Dolton? Like, let me know. The Southland. Hey, Scott. This is true. Back then, there were fewer cars. People walked to businesses. Yep. Very true. Very true. Honestly, the beauty supply and gas station as a visitor these days. Back in the day, it was different. Yeah, it's not that I don't know. I'm trying to think in the Southland. Where do let's say I just want to do Dolton, Riverdale. I don't buy anything in Riverdale. I should stop complaining because I don't see. When's the last time y'all purchased anything out of Riverdale? Where's the shop in Riverdale? Other than the Metro? The Metro going to Ivanhoe Station or something like that. I don't think I even stop in Riverdale. What's going on in Riverdale, y'all? I didn't even think about that. I'm not trying to be shady. When you start to think about it, we're looking like, man, we're not circulating the dollar. I think the busiest Lansing is. I go to Lansing. Calumet City gets some business from me if I'm over there in the River Oaks area. Sam's Club. South Holland gets some business from me, but Riverdale, Phoenix, Harvey, Dolton, Burnham, I can't say I spent any money. Oh, thank you. Okay, we found one. That's okay. Ruby's Restaurant in Riverdale which is actually good. I passed by there. They used to be in the mall. They are good. I think that's the same Ruby's. They were in the mall. They are pretty good. It's like soul food. So I'm glad they got out the mall. I'm glad they're in Riverdale because River Oaks is a dying mall, right? I used to go to the car wash in Riverdale, but only because my friend owned it. Get noticed with Nikki. Let us know the car wash. Maybe we could go support them. I'm just thinking about, we don't circulate the dollar around reading these history books, and like you guys have great points, like things were probably simpler there. I'm just like, man, do I circulate money in the Southland the way I should? And if you guys know of places we can circulate money, put it in the comments. Maybe we could check them out and support those businesses. Just made the correlation between the main character in the novel Native Son. Oh, I had to read that. Yeah, I love that book. Who lived in South Chicago and happened to work for a rich white man named Mr. Dolton. Wow. Wow. That is interesting. See? All right, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, so put in the comments if you guys know of where we could circulate the dollar in the Southland. I never thought about it until I started reading a little more, like, oh, we used to have this, we used to have that. But I think a lot of times we don't because people stop supporting. I don't know. I that's just my assumption. I don't even attend church in Dolton. I don't think I've been to one church in Dolton for like a funeral. That's the one on California. I went over there. Rest in peace to two people that worked for the Dolton Police Clerk's Office, the clerk's office back in the day. And that was Mrs. Butler and her daughter Shannon. So rest in peace to them. They were neighbors as I was coming up. I can't even remember Shannon's last name, but I know she left a husband and some children. And Mrs. Butler had like, I'm not trying to exaggerate, she had like 9 million children. And so if they ever come across this video, I'm so sorry for your loss. I went to one church in Dolton for a funeral. When we were coming up, we went to this church that was behind Thorn Ridge. But I haven't been in church. I haven't been to a church in Dolton. My church is outside of Dolton. I'm just thinking about it. I guess you're right. Like we got a car, we can go wherever we want, you know. But if I didn't have a car, would I walk to my local church? Just things that make you think. Hey, Zen. Hey, Zen. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Miss Butler had a lot of kids. Oh my God. Coming up, Miss Butler was my precinct captain. When I had to walk for during political time to keep my job, like all of them do. Were there any Catholic churches in Dolton? Yes. And my dad was Catholic actually at one point, coming from the South, you know, and they had a Catholic church. We went to a Methodist church too in Dolton. What was the name of that church? What was that name? It was, I'm gonna tell you, I hope it's still here. It's not here anymore. It's not here anymore. I'm lying to you, Gardis. I was gonna tell you it was St. Jude. St. Jude is technically South Holland. I was thinking because it was across from Thorn Ridge. Remember St. Jude? St. Jude. Now, other than that, it was a church that look, it's called St. Mary's, and it was on 13764 Layden in Dolton. It's closed down. It's like when you're trying to get around those railroad tracks when you're going into Riverdale. That was the other Catholic church. They have summer school in the back of that church for kids in the summer. But yeah, it was another, it's a beautiful church too. St. Mary's was on 138th in Indiana, but like 13764 Layden. Yep. It's closed. But I was thinking St. Jude, to be honest. I was like, yeah, it was a Catholic church because some of my friends went to the Catholic school. St. Jude. St. Jude. Dolton claiming it. Dolton claiming it. I thought Shane is, I'm looking it up. Dolton claimed it. I would have thought it was Riverdale too, but it says Dolton when I looked up the address. But you know what? Was it anything that anyone knew of? No. If I had to be honest, St. Jude was the only school that we knew of. And isn't it weird where St. Jude is? Thornridge is in South Holland. Almer Plaza, where Italian Fiesta is Dolton. Then St. Jude is on the north corner from there, and that's South Holland. That little four corner, and then the corner that's south west of that's South Holland. Isn't that crazy? That four corners on 154th. How did St. Jude end up being South Holland? That's very strange. It's just interesting. I know this is boring to some people, but I definitely be like, the way it was set up is very interesting. I remember back in the day, people was coming to the board meeting. Do you guys know where Greenwood Liquors is on Sibley and it's by fire station number 2. It used to be Family Kitchen, but it's called Greenwood Liquors. And I remember when they were turning that restaurant into a liquor store, and people were going down over to Shaw to go off on him. And it was because it was a daycare right next to the liquor store, right? Well, the daycare, from my understanding, and this is from the top of my head, ended up being, from what they said at the board meeting, because I had to attend that board meeting that time, was South Holland. So it didn't break any zoning laws. So let me look that up. Greenwood Liquors is where? Greenwood Liquors is 825 Sibley, but next door is a daycare. What's the name of that daycare? Let's see, because I want y'all to picture it if I can. If I could pull it up. If y'all know what I'm talking about, let me know. Put a 1 in the comment. I don't even know the name. When I pass by, I'm gonna take a picture so you guys can see. So they put a fence. Now they don't care. The liquor, the Patron bottles are going over into the seesaws across the way. They put a fence up, like, there you go, take this fence. And it's like, oh my gosh, a liquor store in between a high school and a daycare. But it was something with the zone. It was something like that daycare was technically South Holland, and then the liquor store was technically Dolton, and they put a brown fence between the two. They're like, put the Hennessy in the sippy cup and get on with your day. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. This is terrible. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer says, Berg, I don't live up there, but I love listening to you tell the history. And it's just from my perspective and some books. I'm not anybody special. I just like to be like, it used to not, this is what I experienced. You know what I mean? Hey, George. St. Rita's did have something. Oh, Nikki, we're gonna have to, you know what? Maybe one day we'll go over like churches in the area or something. Old churches. A lot of churches are closed down. A lot of them are closed down, and just beautiful churches. Beautiful with the stone and the glass. The history of these churches might be, and stuff is still in these churches. That's why I'm like, where is the history? The historical pieces in Dolton. What is going on in the old village hall? It's just sitting there, papers just sitting there everywhere. Like, what is going on? Like, we need to really salvage some of this stuff, you know. And it's crazy because as much as people want to talk about what's going on now, this is going to blow over soon, and people are going to have Tiffany in the history books. Good, bad, or indifferent. She already got about 8 pages on Wikipedia. Good, bad, or indifferent. Tiffany Fate will be in the history book, and people will just start there. And it's so much more that happened before then. And the bad part about it, I'm gonna say this: it's not a lot of Black history you can find in Dolton. It's not. And I would hate for this era to be all the Black history that historians or people talk about was just this. Just this. Do you see what I'm saying? So It's things we need to talk about. The first Black trustee we got. The first Black mayor we got. The last white mayor that stuck around, you know, or the last white trustee. Did we have any other races on the board, or was everything always black and white for Dolton? Things like that, I just would love people to be able to talk about and sort through, and not just what is the chaos. I don't want that to be the, you know, people have roots here. I don't want that to be the end all. Somebody said, put the wild Irish rose in the sippy cup. So we're gonna have to look into St. Rita's. I think that's interesting. I think did St. Rita's have Dolton roots? That would be very interesting. I'm going to talk about something right quick before I go, since we're talking about supporting. When the Tiffany Henyard Lifetime movie comes out, who's going to play Burgundy Blue? You know what's so funny? You remember that guy that was trolling me, calling me Stephanie Mills? That's what people say all the time. So maybe Stephanie Mills. People always say I look like Stephanie Mills. I don't know where they get that from. I don't know. I think Stephanie Mills is beautiful, cool with me. But people stop me all the time, like depending on the hairstyle I have, and say, you look just like Stephanie Mills. You remind me of Stephanie Mills. So maybe she could play me. You know, that's if Beyonce's busy. You know, I don't know. If Beyonce busy, give me Stephanie Mills. But Critical, who gonna play you? We got Gardis. Who's Gardis? Poor Gard. Who's gonna play Gardis in the Lifetime movie? Y'all, that is such a funny comment, because now I'm picturing who's playing people in the, like, we're trying to get in, and I saw that Shay put up that actor that looked like another actor that was the sergeant or whatever. It's so funny because just to think about who's gonna play who. Yes, Stephanie. Somebody said I do look like. Yeah, I get that all the time. People be like, you look just like Stephanie Mills. I'd be like, oh, okay. Oh my goodness, thank you. Yeah, I like Stephanie Mills. Hey, I wish I had the talent she had. My goodness, she's so talented. Okay, before we leave, let's see if I got this video. While we were talking about how we could spend, I don't know if this restaurant is still open. Remember this? Because every time I pass by, it looks like it's not open. Maybe we could go in there and support. I don't know. I never ate there. Let's see. Let's see if I got it. I saw it the other day. I saw it a long time ago, so it might not be as relevant. Let's see. Hit that like button, please. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we have it. Maybe we could support this restaurant, guys. We always trying to do something good over here. If we can, if it can be. Thanks, George. Forrest Whitaker as Critical Smoker. Gardis, you do. And I'm gonna leave it there. You do. I'm gonna tell you. You do. How is Special Ed? What happened? What happened to him? Oh my goodness. Who is going to play? Andrew Holmes will be played by a pit bull. Dawn, I want to tell you who you look like. Oh my goodness. You remind me of somebody. But then I'm gonna tell you. You remind me of somebody, beautiful lady too. Like I'm like, Dawn's gonna be Nia Long. Like the Nia Long from like the Fridays. That's what she remind me of. It's so many people gonna like we gotta get our cast ready. Y'all gave us Lifetime. I thought we were going straight to Tubi. All right, we're going to Lifetime, y'all. And nothing's wrong with Tubi, y'all. I watch Tubi all the time. Hey, I was watching Goodfellas on Tubi the other night. I was watching The Temptations on Tubi. Okay, let's go here and let's see if we can support this restaurant if they're there. If they're there, I don't know. I think they are, but every time I pass by, it doesn't look like they're getting busy. They've got any good business. But since we're going to the board meetings, maybe we could rotate our money here. And this happened a year ago. Okay, let's watch it together.
Family-owned business in the south suburbs struggled for weeks to get the word out that they were open and ready to serve. Now the owners have about 3 million reasons to be thankful. Their daughter posted a TikTok about their situation.
Yeah, and her post went viral. The rest is history. CBS 2's Andrew Ramos has the story you'll see only on 2.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there waiting, and business not happening.
It wasn't exactly the banner opening for L&J Food for the Soul, a family-owned business right off East 142nd Street in Dolton. Donald Jones and his daughter Melanie Holly own the eatery, and the staff is made up of family members. The menu, everything the soul craves for, from collard greens to mac and cheese. The only problem, no one in town knew the place was open, leaving Donald at times to sit at this bench waiting for customers.
Me and my sister, we were sitting there like, look at him, he looks so sad. I'm gonna get this video.
His daughter, LaDonna Jones, decided to take a short video of her dad sitting and waiting. She would then post the clip with an automated voice caption on TikTok.
It breaks my heart every day to see my daddy sit at this same window waiting on customers.
Well, I didn't really know that I was being recorded, but I was.
It's really heartbreaking to see somebody that opened up something and have no business at all.
And it would be just hours later when LaDonna realized that this short 17-second video was indeed a game changer.
I woke up, I seen 1 million views, I almost fell out. I'm like, yes, this is what we want.
Those video views, which surpassed 3 million at the time of our interview, soon translated to foot traffic. And Donald now sits at that same bench, this time counting the customers that come in at lunchtime.
Somebody right behind you.
That must feel good.
Yeah, that feel good.
The family now grateful for the community that has given their business new life.
Never in 1 million years have I ever thought something like that would happen.
Reporting in Dolton, I'm Andrew Ramos, CBS 2 News.
And if you want to check out L&J Food for the Soul, they're open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, or you can order online.
Power of social media.
That is incredible. And
Really?
boy, that smile on his face says it all there.
Oh, sure does.
Okay, guys, so that was just some L&J Soul Food. That's 142nd in Maryland. So when you get off the expressway and you're going when you get off on Dalton West and you're going to those board meetings, look over to your left. And when you pass the first light, look over to your left, 142nd in Maryland, and you'll see a strip mall. L&J Soul Food is right there on the corner. Give them some support. I haven't been there, actually, guys. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. I haven't been over there, but I'm going to make that change too. And maybe when we go to the next board meeting, we're hungry and we're after work, we'll go over there, okay? And see what they got to offer. Get some good macaroni, okay? Yeah, so there we have it. Yep, it's some good out of social media. And yeah, she did some great marketing for her dad, right? And yeah, so I just wanted to share that. And before y'all, it's no affiliation with me. I know I'm tainted. I just remember this story on I remember this story going viral, and I knew that was a year ago, and I do pass that way. And I'm like, I wonder if they're still open. And they look like they're still open. They look like they're still open. So let's see if all of this Dolton madness can ramp up their business again. Okay. And that is it. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all. Hey, Holly, thank you for everything. Thank you, everybody, for everything. I appreciate all you do for me. Holly, thank you so much. You definitely uplifted me. Why do I get hungry every time? I'm hungry too. And y'all know I still didn't boil the egg or nothing. Is it lunchtime yet? I might as well fix me something for lunch. Jennifer, we'll let you know how good the food is. And you guys, you know, I'm only one person.
So all I'm saying to you is like, come on, guys, we got to do better. We have to do better. And all I can tell you is that I am a fighter, and y'all know that. So when you come for me, be prepared for the fight, because at the end of the day, they talked about Jesus Christ. So why don't I think y'all are not gonna do me the same way? Somebody that's healing y'all and helping y'all. Same thing I'm over here doing, right? Healing and helping.
Right, asking another employee who went on that trip.
And y'all know I'm just trying to heal and help y'all. I don't want no trouble. I don't want to fight. All right, y'all. And you know I was long-winded.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
Y'all make sure you take care of yourself and each other. Bye. Enjoy your day. Happy Friday. Bye.
Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Blue Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary Commentary